Okay, so today class we're going to be working on unit fractions and how to compose fractions. Um, we'll go over a couple rules first for unit fractions. So unit fractions, here, the one thing that we must remember for unit fractions, and the one rule is that, the rule is that the numerator is always, equal to 1. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so here's what I mean by that. When we look at a unit fraction, when we look at a unit fraction, the numerator is always 1. It doesn't matter what the denominator can be. So I can have, for example, here is a unit fraction 1/4. Okay. Sorry again. 1/4. So that's my unit fraction. My numerator is 1. Okay, I can have 1/8. Numerator is 1. 1/10. Okay. 1/100. 1/37. 1/19. What they have in common here as a unit fraction, every numerator is always equal to 1. Okay, so that's our rule for unit fractions. Numerator is always equal to 1. Okay, so now it's going to say here, it says write 3/4 as a sum of unit fractions. So I have to write a sum. If we remember sum means to add. So here's how I would compose 3/4 as a sum of unit fractions. So I'll have 3/4, equals. And my unit fractions, remember, my numerator always has to stay 1. So in this case, I would say I have to plus something together. In this case, I'm going to use 3 fractions, and you're going to see why. In my unit fraction, my numerator is always 1, so this has to be 1. Does 1 equal 3? No. So I have to add another 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Not quite there. So 1, add 1 more. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. And if we recall back to adding and subtracting fractions, we remember our denominator never changes the value there. So my unit fractions 3/4 equals 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. That is how we'll write 3/4 as a sum of unit fractions. Okay. And so there's other ways that we can practice another one here. We can say, let's do 4/5. 4/5 is 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. And if we look here, my denominator stays the same, all 5s, and I have my unit fraction, numerator was 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our next question here says, select a way 9/12 can be written as a sum of unit fractions. So we look here. So we'll write down our 9/12 first. 9/12 equals, in unit fractions, remember my numerator is always 1. So my denominator will never change, so 12. So 1/12, can't forget my plus sign, plus, and how many would I need here? How many unit fractions? 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9? You said 9, that is correct. So 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 3 more. 7, 8, 9. So that is how I would write 9/12 as a sum of unit fractions. So we're going to stay here now. So we know how to write it as unit fractions, but we're going to look at it a different way. So now our question has changed. Select the way 9/12 can be written as a sum of fractions. So not only using unit fractions, we can write 9/12 several different ways. Now, so the first way we did the unit fractions. Now here's how we can write it again. Here's how we can write it again. So let's take our 9/12. and we'll say it'll equal. And so remember, our denominators will not change. So let's use 3 different fractions to make 9/12. So all that matters here is that my numerators just need to add up to 9. So if I take a 3, okay, so 3 and a 2. Okay, so I still have a 3 and a 2. So I have 3, 4, 5. And I need to get to 9. What would be my missing number to get to 9? 3 plus 2 gives me 5. Let's count up. 6, 7, 8, 9. Answer is 4. So as long as my numerators here add up to the same here, then I can use them. So here's another way that I can write it. Okay, so I'll take 9/12 again. And this time we're going to use 4 fractions. And remember, my denominator always stays the same, so this will be 12, this will be 12, this will be 12, and this will be 12. Now what I'm going to start out with here is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to start out with a 5 and a 2. So I have 5 plus 2, that gives me 7. I need to fill in my other fractions to equal 9. Can I put in a 2 here? If I put in a 2 here, 5 plus 2 plus 2 already gives me 9. This would be a 0. That cannot work. So I cannot do that. So 5 plus 2 is 7. So in order to get to 9, this one will have to be 1. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. 1. As long as, again, these on my numerators add up to 9, then I can use it. So hopefully this helps you with writing fractions as a sum of unit fractions as well as a sum of fractions. So when you come to this problem, make sure that you choose all the correct answers that can apply. And then the last part for this will be going to be making changing a mixed number to a fraction greater than 1. And once we see this, you'll look at it and say, oh, okay, I remember what we did here. Okay, so for the last part of this lesson, what we'll be doing is we'll be writing the mixed number as a fraction greater than 1. And so if you recall this, it's a very simple 2-step process that we do. So what we need to do is we need to change it to a fraction greater than 1. And one thing that's not going to, what won't change for any of these questions here is that our denominator will always stay the same. So our denominator will end up being a 4 for our first problem. Denominator will actually end up being a 5 for our second problem, and denominator will be a 5 for our third problem. Okay, so what we want to do here, first thing is we take our denominator and our whole number. Okay, we circle that and we're going to multiply it. So 4 times 1 equals 4. And then with the top, our numerator is what we add in. So 4, we take that 4 plus 3 plus 3, and it gives us 7. So our answer here will be 7/4. So let's take some mental math here really quickly. Okay, 5, say, so we multiply here first, and then we add here. Okay, oh, sorry. Let me put in a different color so we remember here. So circle the first two. 5 times 3, count it out. 5, 10, 15. Adding 2 more. 16, 17. Our answer is 17/5. So for the last one, let's look at it. Mental math. I'll give you guys 10 seconds to solve. Ready, set, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. So what we should have here, 5 times 5, 25, plus 2 more, 26, 27/5. So we're writing the number as a fraction greater than 1. Denominator, whole number, multiply, add the numerator. Denominators always stay the same as an original problem. So it's 4 here, it's a 4 here. 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. So let's look at this one now. 7 and 2/3. Okay, 10 seconds, solve. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. 7 times 3, 21, plus 2 more, 22, 23. And remember, our denominator does not change, so there's 3 here. There is a 3 here. Okay, so hopefully this helps you out. And next lesson, we'll be going on to adding and subtracting mixed numbers. And until then, hopefully all these videos have helped you so far with this week's math review on fractions.